generally masculinity, again, has been taught to be quite negative and almost toxic in a lot of ways.
How?
In predominantly how men view women, or how you're taught to view women, because it's all taught.
How are you taught to view women?
To sexualise them.
How's it going? My name is Jess and this is Recent. Today we're in Camden asking people what they think about masculinity and alpha males. What is an alpha male?
An alpha male.
It's not you.
Image of a guy who's leading all of the people he's with, but I don't really. Yeah, I'm kind of like you. I don't believe that this is a real thing.
What is an alpha male?
Me. Andrew Tate, I'd say.
Do you think?
Yeah, he's a big man.
I bet that. That's a good answer.
Top G.
What is an alpha male?
Oh, I don't know. Don't know where to start. Someone who thinks that they're bigger and stronger than other people.
Do you think that's a good thing?
Not really, no.
What is an alpha male?
A male that thinks he's better than everyone else, above everything else, all the rules and all that.
So do you think it's a negative thing then?
Definitely.
Who looks after the woman, someone who's there like a provider, protector, of not just the woman, either their family as well. They don't have to be all macho, bravo, have a bravado, just gotta be there,
I think it's an ideology rather than I don't think anybody actually is an alpha male.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, is it a compliment to be called an alpha male?
What do you think?
I probably wouldn't say so.
Why?
I don't know, I feel like it's rooted in masculinity, like being too over masculine.
Do you think masculinity is a bad thing?
No, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think things with masculinity can be negative.
Like what?
Well, I don't know. I think. I don't know.
Good question. A man like my boyfriend, I find that an alpha male. Who's very passionate for me.
And I think it's used by a lot of guys now. I would say a lot of right-wing people now to kind of say, it's how masculinity should be, it's how men should be. I think it's all bullshit. It's not. It's just terrible. Just what's the word? Kind of reinforming just terrible stereotypes about men and how you should act in society and around women.
What is an alpha male?
A man that's in charge.
If you're like an alpha male, it means you always it would be like in the way you always want to be a leader everywhere, and you're never letting anyone have their own opinion, and everybody always has to agree with you.
Do you think masculinity is a good thing?
Nah.
Depends.
What do you think masculinity means then?
Masculinity is. I don't know.
Does masculinity still mean something today?
Yeah, it's just like.
Who would you say is an alpha male?
I'm like a strong dad in a family, like someone who looks after everyone that they're supposed to look after.
Would you call yourself an alpha male?
No.
Would you say that you're an alpha male?
Not really, no.
Well, I'd say that, Andrew Tate thinks he's an alpha male because of his ideologies, but I wouldn't agree because he's got negative connotations to him, and so does the whole ideology about an alpha male.
Toxic masculinity isn't good, but
How would you define toxic masculinity?
gaslighting, trying to mansplain things, stuff like that. Just thinking you're...
Why is that a masculine thing, do you think? Do you think it's not feminine?
Well, feminine is normally used to describe females, and masculine is normally used to describe males, and from what I've seen on social media, it's normally always people complain about men gaslighting. That's why I associate it with masculine.
Or what traits should young boys look up to in men?
I'd say protect, make your money, confidence.
A lot of confidence.
All of us have masculinity in ourselves. I don't know really what it is.
Yeah, maybe masculinity is something we used to only link with men, like to like sports and to do handwork and I don't know, maybe to be also a little bit not violent, but like always angry or something like this.
I think it's hard because I think generally masculinity, again, has been taught to be quite negative and almost toxic in a lot of ways.
How?
In predominantly how men view women, or how you're taught to view women, because it's all taught.
How are you taught to view women?
to sexualize them.
How?
To be honest, you're taught to sexualize them by, like, it's not like, it's quite subtle in the way it's taught. Like, it's in media, it's in movies, it's how you view all couples to be. Like, the man should go out and be the breadwinner, and the women should stay home. And I know that it's not as such a dominant kind of concept as it was, but it's still there. So you're still taught that's how it should be. And I even say, if you asked, this exact interview not even that long ago, maybe 10, 20 years ago, so many answers would just be that women should stay home and men should go out and work and they should be the breadwinners. And
In what ways is it taught in our modern society, would you say?
how it's taught now,
Yeah.
very subtle.
How?
In media, in movies, and
Have you got any examples of that?
the only examples I can think of is that if you were to watch movies in like the 90s movies, like American Pie or something, it is definitely quite sexist and everything. Like, I love those movies. When I was a kid, I watched every one of them. So these are great. But then when you kind of watch them again now, it's definitely very, I don't know, it's quite like misogynistic in how.
Do you think masculinity is a toxic thing?
Nah.
Not at all. No.
I think people just look at it wrong.
Yeah.
How do you look at it?
I think it's a good thing. Like, keeps you just like not like set, but like, if you get what I mean.
How would you define masculinity?
Fuck me.
That's the question.
It's like being strong, looking after yourself, and that's about it. I don't fucking know.
I'd say it's like protecting, making money. It's like not in like set job roles. Like, obviously the women could do like what they want and stuff, but I think the men are the main point.